I never thought I would see this day, but the 2.0 update is coming. It has officially been announced on Legends, not to mention a much needed, kind of late, but much needed update for some certain characters and just some other features that seem to be coming to the game. So you guys seem to have taken a liking to some of my Legends content. Obviously, I'm not a huge like, oh my gosh, Legends guy, like someone like Goresh or D-Free, but I figured, you know what, I'll make a split between some of the PvP stuff and some of the PvE stuff and a new mode that's actually coming as well. I still have my problems with the game. I've come to accept some of them, but that doesn't necessarily mean the game's perfect or anything. But you know what, I thought, you know what, let's see how you guys see to take this for the next couple months or so. So anyway, we've got a lot of news to get through. Let's get started. What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today, yes, we got a bunch of updates and little news snippets and everything about the next big stuff that is coming to Legends, okay? Finally, we're getting out of the version 1. What are we on, 37, 40 right now? I swear there's an app update every other 2 weeks, and I know some games will even do that even further and all that stuff, but it felt like a meme at this point when it came to Legends. So, but anyway, it's official release that there's going to start a countdown tomorrow at reset time, which is 3 p.m. Pacific, or 3 p.m. Japan time, which I think is 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if I'm doing that correctly. But anyway, nonetheless, so there is going to be a countdown, which I'm going to guess is potentially the new login bonus for the game. We haven't had one in the game for like 4 days now or something like that. A lot of people are like, you have this celebration going on for Black Friday and everything, and there's no login bonuses or anything. So it was a little weird, right? A little weird. So maybe this countdown's supposed to be that, you know, right? Countdown to the big 2.0 update. So anyway, that is coming. It looks like sometime in December, which I'm going to guess early December. They didn't give us an exact date unless I missed the exact date in the Twitter post and everything like that. But nonetheless, it is really cool that we are going to be able to see that, okay? Second little bit of information, though, is a much-needed buff is coming to a certain Legends Limit character. And I'm sure there are going to be other characters getting buffs as well in this update coming up. It's just that this is the one that's kind of like, okay, we're going to show that. But Beerus, the green Beerus, is going to finally get a Legends Limited finish. I know it's legendary finish, but he's a Legends Limited. Yeah, so he's going to get that legendary finish that all other ones have had ever since they came out. But Beerus he got the shaft. He was a ticket-only summon for a while. He really wasn't that good, even with his equip, and he just... Yeah, I mean, look, shout out to my friend Rhyme Style. He was just like, man, this dude needs a buff. He needs a buff. My boy Beerus needs a buff. So it looks like he's finally getting his dream come true. With that kind of an update, I'm sure there is going to be some big update to the Beerus as well. And then hopefully some other characters as well, because, you know, like every few months or so, they do these card updates for these characters, which is really nice. I'm going to take a wild guess that... Let's see, SSJ Trunks probably is the next one. I know SSJ Vegeta got it last time, the red one. So that SSJ Trunks that pretty much every single person has probably at least 5-starred at this point. Hopefully he's finally going to get an update. Maybe he'll make Half Sands a worthy contender finally or something like that. I'm not really sure. Because I know Vegeta got the Vegeta family tag. He was like actually the very first character to get that, if I remember correctly. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. So it should be interesting to see if that can make the jump for Half Sands, maybe, because they have, even with that new free-to-play Gohan that just came out, I feel like Half Sands is still kind of lacking in a few areas. Obviously, Yellow Gohan still kicks butt, but more likely than that, you're probably going to throw him onto a movie-type team over a just a Half Sand / hybrid Sand team. So maybe, you know, obviously you can also throw the Yellow Gohan onto a Goku lineage team or Goku family team, whatever you want to call it. By the way, I do apologize for anyone who maybe is in here who is not, familiar with my Dokkan content, but if I ever, at some reason, say, STR instead of red, or if I say tech instead of yellow, or whatever the case may be, just know that, it's because of that, right? I still do it every now and then. Like, I'll be playing on my phone, and I'll be like, oh, hey, look, STR Rose. Oh, wait, no, you're red Rose. So, again, I apologize for that. It's the same kind of color scheme that Dokkan took, right? That's what Legends took from that, right? So, I mean, again, I hope you guys can understand that if I do say that sometimes, please don't be like, what is this guy talking about? So, Anyways, that's coming. So then the next bit of little update news is, well, I guess it can officially be said now. If you guys remember, I posted a picture on Twitter about 2 weeks ago or so. I was hanging out with Kagi, and I was also hanging out with Rhymestyle here in Tokyo. And they went to a thing at Bandai, and this is what it was. I actually didn't even know really what they talked about, but it seems that they did this little kind of video stream thing. I guess you can call it a stream, but it's more of a recording than anything. But yeah, one of the developers, I'm assuming, I don't know the person they were talking to, one of the developers talked to them about some new features that are coming to the game, and it looks to be coming in this December update. So first off, again, 2.0 update is coming, which they did talk about, and a new co-op mode. Now, this one has me both excited and a little worried, okay? Let me get into the exciting part first, and then I'm gonna get into the little, like, let's hope they can nail this down, okay? So one of the things that I'm super excited about is, A, it's co-op. Who doesn't want to play co-op, right? You jump into a game with one of your friends, or, you know, hopefully if it is which only a random, it's still a good system, and you get to take on certain events and everything, right? Whether you know, it all depends on how they really tackle it, though. Obviously, it's not going to be every single event or anything like that's going to have co-op, but certain events should have it, and hopefully it's simply more than just simply farming up certain equips or something like that, right? Maybe, you know, if you're part of, you know, this group or something like that, and you do these co-op raids or events or whatever you want to call them essentially, then maybe you get some certain prizes every month or something like that, right? Another side thing that's coming with this co-op is actually, it looks like kind of guilds, I'll call them. Guilds seems to be a pretty universal known term when it comes to games, but basically you're going to be able to join guilds or make guilds within the Legends community, it seems. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I don't know if it's going to be, you know, only small ones, if they can be as big as you want them to be, or maybe like 100 people per guild. We're not really sure, right? Different games have had different sizes and everything. We'll have to see how Legends handle this and what exactly that means. Does being part of a guild just simply mean you have a little tag on your name and that's basically it? Or do you actually get some prizes and stuff like that at the end of each month for doing certain events? Like, hey, our guild had this many points, or our guild did this many, I don't know, super attacks in the game or something like that, right? It could potentially have something like that. We're not really sure. So I'm excited that maybe some kind of combination of those guilds and the co-op modes and things like that, that maybe that can really help it out there. The one thing I will say that I'm a little worried about when it comes to the co-op part of it is just connections, right? Obviously, Legends is mostly a focused PvP game / online type of game. I am a little worried, though, that it's not gonna be the best online experience, especially because, obviously, if you've ever played PvP since the release, even up until now, you can get a lot of pretty laggy games, especially when they, you know, the game pairs you against opponents that might be across the ocean or across the country or something like that, right? As someone who lives here in Japan, I have had the unfortunate opportunity of playing against people from other countries, and I can tell that they're from other countries because most Japanese players here, they'll put their name in kanji, or I might see it in Korean, so I know I'm playing someone from South Korea, which is totally fine, but then I get some name, and then I'm like, okay, are you someone using Romaji for your name here in Japan, or are you actually from a totally different country? We're lagging like no tomorrow. Okay, we are officially in, you know, just world territory here, okay? So I hope they can somewhat handle that, and I'm hoping maybe with a 2.0 update that they will finally start to work on the online issues, I would say. I obviously, I know they're not going to do dedicated servers, unfortunately. Bandai's not really been known for that, and I know the developers, even in past games, have never been a big fan of that, or just for some reason not doing it. But I'm hoping that they can at least maybe put in some kind of search filter. I think that would be a reasonable compromise right there, right? So, you know, obviously those kind of things don't always work 100% of the time, but at least be able to put a little search filter and be like, hey, I want to play with people in Asia. I want to play with people in North America. I want to play with people in Europe, right? At least allow for that, I think a little bit would be nice because, again, people's internet connection and just connections in general can be very different depending on where you are in the world, right? I can vouch from experience at certain parts in Asia and here, we have very fast internet. Only certain parts of the U.S. have very fast internet. There's a lot of dead spots in the U.S. as someone who lived there for 23 years of his life. You know, the internet is not the greatest in some of those areas. Europe seems to be a mixed batch as well. Some areas have really fast internet, some others not so much. So hopefully they can work on those issues a little bit. That'd be nice to see a big change there in version 2.0. maybe we'll have to save. So, and then I guess the last thing, this is one that I have no idea if this is actually going to happen. I'm just taking a wild guess because I figured 2.0, the big ooh-ah update and everything, is maybe there's going to be some balance changes and maybe just some gameplay mechanic changes as well, right? We had when we had the big gameplay changes of like tackling and everything, or remember the old meta where people would finish off their combo and they just simply hold back and you gain your stamina bar back so you can vanish again, right? Obviously that's kind of a dead thing right now. People still back up though. It's for a while you weren't really seeing people, pull back a lot. But nowadays you definitely see people just kind of like, okay, back off at the beginning of the battle, punch, do your combo, and then back up a little bit, and then switch out, then vanish, and so they do different things like that. So it'll be interesting to see maybe if they do something along those lines. Let me know your thoughts down below though, if you think they should change that stuff or what you think they should do. So anyway, that's basically it for the news update video, guys. When it comes to Legends, we'll have to see what 2.0 is going to bring as the extra little stuff, because obviously they don't reveal every single little thing to us. We'll probably see DBZ Space will show off some stuff as well. But let me hear your thoughts down below. What do you want to have happen in the game? What do you want changed? I guess the last little thing, because I know a lot of people is probably going to be like, hey, how about a guaranteed sparking in the summons or anything like that? While I doubt that will happen, my personal want would be guaranteed extreme. Like, seriously, those all hero multis. I know I'm getting a little off tangent here, but those all hero multis are they're BS. Let's be honest, right? Let's make it a guaranteed extreme. There are some good extremes in the game, so you know what? If you're gonna get a good extreme maybe at the end, or just get something like that, at least feels a little bit better than getting, hey, I just got all of these hero cards that are literally worthless. So yeah, let's hope we get something like that. So anyway, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. Leave a like if you like the video, subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you all in the next one.